we're not really I'm not game planning. We're just trying to install a bunch of plays and things that way. Then we build a library similar to what we've done in the NFL, so that those guys can go back and when they're throwing on their own, they know what this term means, what this concept. So we're giving them a lot of different concepts, and we'll continue to do that on Friday and next week on I think we're in practice on Monday.
What's for the quarterbacks? What's the importance of next Saturday, the spring game, being in the stadium, fans? Is it another practice, less important, more important? How do you see that?
Yeah, I don't. The way spring games have gone now, you want to get out. In my mind, we want to get out of it healthy. It's like, is that going to make the difference? It does on some guys. I think it's more for the younger guys that haven't got as many reps. I don't really know how we're going to do the spring game. We haven't even talked about it. But it's not, I don't see it. Casey Thompson's played against Oklahoma. He's played against those, some of the young guys, maybe. But just not like it used to be in the old days where you were 15 full pad days, and that was, you pretty much know. Now there's some guys that can make headway there that they play well, and some guys they play really bad, but there's a bunch of tape that we've had, so I don't know how we're going about it, so I'm really worried about cleaning up today's practice and getting ready for Friday.
As you've got to know Logan Smothers, what does he do well, and where would you like to see him make strides?
He's a good athlete, and I think he's done a really good job of handling the offense. I think the fundamentals will work, getting him deeper in his drops. We talked about it, he's working on that. His progressions have been better, like a new deal that way. He's smart. Like today, he threw an interception, and right away he knew I got to throw it here. So when you make a mistake and then you don't know why you made a mistake, that's what concerns you. But he knows that way, and he's done a good job in the scrimmages that we've had. He's gotten a lot of reps, and I've been pleased with him. He's done a good job.
Obviously, your wide receivers group come along. Obviously, Xavier's departure with those other guys. Where have they made strides?
No, they've done a really good job. I think we got a good leadership. Some of the older guys, and Alante, we moved him, and we've taken some of the guys and moved them to different positions, so that gives you more depth also. So Alante's able to play two positions. Trey has been inside, but we'll let him play some outside stuff as we go. Oliver's done a good job. Omar's done a good job. All those younger guys, we've gone to some 4-wide packages, and that's given some guys some new opportunities. Just those guys have run a lot, and early on there was some little things that way, but I really like where we're going. We've got a deep room there, and they're getting better every day.
Which receivers do you feel like are the kind of the take the top off guys? Do you have a sense of who those might be?
Yeah, Trey's the fastest guy, and Omar and has done good things. Oliver's done some good things. Alante's, they've all done, those guys I mentioned. So we'll move them around, which we've always done that way. I think we've gone a little bit more of a pro system, meaning that instead of keeping guys on the same side, we're moving them left and right, and we're moving them that way. And I think they've done a good job of learning concepts and then learning how we get the plays in that way. So that's been a smoother transition for those receivers than it was like the first week, or everybody was kind of worried about it. It's gone without any issues in the two scrimmages. Matter of fact, the second scrimmage was much more, just a little cleaner and everything else, and I expect the same thing when we get into camp will be the same way.
Mark, a couple weeks into this thing, what's the best thing you've seen? What's the worst thing you've seen that you feel like you have to fix?
I don't think there's anything really bad besides some guys getting hurt. That's the worst part about the game. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. You got to play physical and tough. And the best thing is these kids are fun. They come to work every day. They fought through. Monday was a tough day, and you kind of, when you look at the schedule, you say, hey, you had a scrimmage, and then we had a practice on Thursday. We scrimmaged, and we went, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Got to come right back on Monday. Six days and 7 with full pads. But I thought they did a really good job that way. But they're fun to be around. We had a walkthrough in here, which was something new that before the scrimmage. I thought there was air of confidence, but a business-like attitude, which is what you want. You don't want them all being uptight. So that way. And we've had good battles with the defense. What I've always learned in spring practice, that if one side is dominating the other, you probably don't have a good team. But I believe we have a good team because defense has made plays, offense has bounced back, handled adversity. So it's a fun group to be around.
Marty, for you, do you feel like the teaching has slowed down a little bit at this point in the spring?
No, I wouldn't say that. We got more things to give them. We'd like to at least get it on tape so that they say, okay, this is what it is. So we had about 4 or 5 new things. There'll be, probably same thing on for Friday, and then a few more on Monday when we come back. So as I said, I think it's just important for those guys. You'd like to get 2 days of those things because they see it, and then they run it, and they rep it, and then they see it on tape, and then they can fix it. They said, like Alante, we've moved positions for him. And his first day wasn't rough, but not as clean. Today I could just see it snapped through, so that's what, building depth is what we're trying to do.
Hey, you added your son to the quality control operation that Scott did. Are you excited for that, to have him here?
Yeah, he was in that role at Pittsburgh, so he knows the offense. He's been really and he played quarterback in a system at UMass and played under Billy O'Brien at Penn State. So we have 8 quarterbacks now. So he does a really good job of handling the other things. He knows the progressions. He knows the footwork, all those things. It's a good buffer. Sometimes I can be uncomfortable where he's a good, he'll grab the guy on the side if I get after somebody. And so it's a good thing that way. He knows things, and so it's been nice for the quarterbacks and nice for me. Huh?
You guys have 8 quarterbacks.
Yeah, we had 7. They did the same. We had 7 at Pitt.
You like that? I mean, you like having all those guys?
Well, you try to get them reps, but they don't get as many. But there's more mental reps, so you got somebody with a sheet on a sideline, and here's what he should be doing in that way. And I said we have a really good room. They're all really good kids. They got some talent, and they're having fun, and that's what's important.
Look, Beckton said over there, Sean said the running game has been one thing that's been consistent all spring. How would you characterize it? From your vantage point, what have you seen?
Well, I think Donnie and Beck and Aaron, the assistant to Donnie, they've done a really good job instilling confidence in those guys up front that we're going to run the ball, that I always want to be balanced. Might not be yards wise, but plays and everything else, and one fits off the other. So I think those guys have done a really good job, and I lean on those guys for what they like, and then obviously Coach Frost brings a lot to the table that way. So we're mixing. I think that marriage has gone really well.